Good morning, guys. How are we all doing? So Dan from Trading with Dan here. This is our Bitcoin morning update. So if you guys wouldn't mind smashing that like button, and we shall go straight over to those Bitcoin charts. So yeah, Bitcoin did decide to populate this this wedge, this formation, this area yesterday for a bit longer. Yesterday's morning's video, we were seeing this pump up, but that was swiftly rejected. It actually took us all the way below the bottom side trend line and below this horizontal, but that was swiftly brought back up, and as you can see, it was brought all the way back up. So that's a move literally from sub 48 to over 51.5k. So so obviously that was a pretty nice reaction there. So yeah, as you can see, we are again populating above this trend line, and we have actually closed the candle above it. Clearly, as you can see, closed the candle above it here, which obviously we failed to do here, and at any other point previously. Obviously, we did draw this trend line to not basically go over the top of these candles, the actual candle bodies. So it obviously kind of goes without saying. But yeah, this one didn't close above it anyway. But yeah, as you can see, we are fast approaching this next level, this next target of basically mid 52Ks. So are we gonna have a break up here? A bit of a wick foray above here, squeeze, not that there's going to be too many shorts, but squeeze some potential shorts, and then come back down and then potentially trade out this range. Well, maybe. Also, we'll extend this along, because this may, if we do have some sort of wick action above here, rejection, and come back down, then this level here could also be a level of importance. And then also potentially, we won't. That doesn't actually look that good as a level actually, but this one does. This is more just the midpoint between this range. That's why I was kind of drawn to that level. But yeah. Overall, yeah, new Bitcoin all-time highs. There we go. Yeah, looking at obviously the trend is your friend. We have closed and broke above this formation, and we have got this upside resistance. So can we get up to here, test this, and then get through it, or do we get rejected? Do we trade sideways for a bit? They are all the questions that we are currently. Let me just sort this out. The questions that we are currently awaiting answers. There we go. Got it. Now the bottom one's not straight, but oh well. These are all the questions that we're actually awaiting answers for. But yeah, generally speaking, looking good. If I had to have my guess, it would be, well, it would actually be that we do trade up to here, potentially get some wicks above, come back below, and then actually trade in this range, in this area here for longer, so between 48 and 52. That would be my guess, but clearly we've got this level up here as well, that if we get back above here, established price action above, well, basically 53, we are then looking at a 58 target, and then we could just consolidate in this level. But I am looking at some point for Bitcoin to have a sideways consolidation, like it likes to do. And yeah, currently this one is not that particularly sideways, this consolidation. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking at Bitcoin. But obviously, as it stands, looking good, looking bullish, as we know. What is not looking so bullish, which we have been talking about, has been looking pretty bearish, is this Ethereum Bitcoin pairing. We're up to a 409. Is that going to bounce price? Maybe if we get an acceleration down into it. We have got, if we do have a look at the wider time frame, you can see we are in this rising channel. And it has been respected quite nicely. You can see we did break out below it, but swiftly brought back up, onwards and upwards, back into it. And well, for me, I would have to say this is just a test of this trend line again. We've obviously got this major horizontal here. Maybe we'll get a wick below again, trade from here and bounce. But I do think the trend is your friend. I think the trend is your friend. As you can see, this trend within this channel has been up. My bias is towards it's been picked up either at this trend line or this horizontal, and then basically making our way onwards and upwards. We had this is the very extensive move, all the way from down here to up here. We've had a bit of a pullback. And back tested this trend line, and do we get a bounce off here and continue onwards and upwards? That would be my my guess stroke hope. I do think Ethereum is yeah, it's got a lot going for it. I do think it's been under pressure from certain other narratives within the crypto space. But yeah, I do think that this is gonna I believe at least have a bounce. And will that bounce put in a lower high relative to here, or will we actually take it out and go a higher highs? That is obviously going to be the once we get the bounce is going to be the main question. But yeah, over to Bitcoin dominance as well. You can see Bitcoin dominance. This is on a daily. You can see on a daily is well, it does look like this wants to potentially come back up. It is putting in what looks like a low here. So this could come back up. Maybe we're gonna come up to paint and head and shoulders in the chart. This well, if we don't get rejected by this downward sloping horizontal, which I very well think we could do, and we could just get like a lopsided head and shoulders, then this realistically here would be the target, which would be around 67. So obviously we've got to monitor this. This could still turn down at any point. So yeah, gonna have to monitor that. But yeah, at the moment it's just looking like, if you had to guess the next tick, it is to the upside. So yeah, stock markets. This is on the daily. If we go to the 4 hour, you can see they're still just holding up there. Really had a bit of a sell-off off a 4 hour 9, as you can see there. Pretty nice and textbook. I believe there was. We just saw. Yeah, there was a daily 9 here, but that called top a little bit early. Not that it is necessarily a top, but yeah, you can see these daily and 12 hours not looking too good, but you can see the 4 hour looking better. And the 4 hour is the favorite. Remember, 4 hour 9, 4 hour 9, 4 hour 9, 4 hour 9. So yes. Back over to Bitcoin, and let's have a look at the stochastics. They were looking good yesterday, looking good for, well, potential sideways, which we pretty much did get yesterday, and this morning we're now moving up again. So yeah, 4 hour is looking good. It's looking constructive here. This is looking like it's going to drag us up to at least that 52, 53 level, basically today. 10 hour has turned back up as well. 12 hours looking to turn back up, but hasn't yet. Daily is still up there. And then, as we know, 2 day looking good, 3 day looking good, 5 day looking good, weekly looking good, bi-weekly has turned back up and looking good, and monthly looking good. So there we go. We are on our way to 100k plus Bitcoin. It is just what route are we going to take? But yeah, overall these stochastics are looking good for we'll just a test of this next level. Do we break that level, get some wicks up, and then form support at that old resistance, and then make our way to 58? That's basically going to be the question. This is why we have horizontals in. This is why we take the market level by level, because if we come up and get rejected, then yeah, we'll expect basically a move down. If we get above here and get supported above this, then yeah, we're expecting to move up to here. So I will just quickly draw on the rectangle, just drawing the shaded box so we can see that that is come on, there we go, just so it's just a bit more clear. Cancel that. I don't know what I was even trying to do there. But yeah, so there we go. There we have it. Bitcoin at an important level. Stochastics looking good for obviously a move up. But does that move up? Is it a wick above here and we get rejected, or do we establish price action? Well, basically 53k above. If we do, then yeah, then pretty much we're going to be looking at a move over time. Who knows what that time will be? The same day, the next day, a week, 2 weeks. But we'll be looking for the next target basically being 58. And then obviously if we lose that level, then we're looking at basically a target. Well, I would say a target of around well, around this, or just around the bottom of this range, basically. Obviously, then if we take out that level, then we start to get problems. We start to have problems. But yeah, there we go, guys. Remember, this is not a financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always DYOR, and I'll speak to you guys later.